be talking about Bug and how I'm going to be laddering with it all the way up to not the 1600s, but probably the 1500s, just to give you guys an idea of like how to use Bug in the metagame. And it's really not that hard to get to a certain point on the ladder, because I feel like a lot of players, especially a lot of new players, think that 1300s is hard, 1400s is hard, and that's simply just not true. You can really use any type and just get pretty far on the ladder with it. I'd even say like you can get to 1600s with every type, but I feel like with a few of them it's pretty difficult. So without further ado, I'm gonna give you guys like, I'm gonna talk to you guys about my team, the team I'm going to be using to do this, and without further ado, let's get into it. So, first Pokemon I'll be using is Shuckle. Shuckle is going to be physically defensive with a Mental Herb and Stealth Rock, Sticky Web, Knockoff, and Encore. I don't personally like using Final Gambit on ladder because I feel like it just, even though it gives me a little bit of momentum and stops defog, like it realistically doesn't do that because it's way too slow to actually stop most defoggers in the game, and you'd have to stop them on switching. And at that point, you might as well just encore them and like beta 50-50 with putting in one of your scary offensive Pokemon in. So I personally don't like it personally. I just said that twice, but yeah, I personally really don't enjoy using Final Gambit on the ladder. If I was like for a MPO level match, I'd probably use it, but not for ladder. I don't like it that much. But yeah, this set essentially just accomplishes, basically makes my entire team really threatening. It allows Shuckle's also a really good defensive wall. Well, it doesn't have recovery, but it does take hits really well. So once you put down those hazards and create an opening with Encore or Knockoff, you're just able to like do whatever you want at that point. And you have the Bug Pokemon to really open up the hatchet on a lot of these Pokemon, so you can just do whatever you want once you finish up with Shuckle. But yeah, that's Shuckle. Next up we got Volcarona. Volcarona is a Quiver Dancer. I'm going to be using the Fiery Dance set instead of the Fire Blast set because I need the PP, and also boosting myself slowly is also pretty good. I would normally use Roost along with Fiery Dance, but actually, I'm going to probably change this to Fire Blast, so you'll probably see that in the picture I'm showing you right now, but Fire Blast obviously does more, Flamethrower also does more, but has less PP, and you have to be careful with that, because this is going to be your main mon dealing with Corviknight and such, and especially versus Steel, you don't want to run out of your Fire Stab, otherwise you might end up losing the match, so you have to be very careful with that. But otherwise, Volcarona is very dangerous, and one of the scariest Pokemon on my team. Obviously, with Giga Drain and Psychic, it just completely eviscerates certain teams. Makes Swampert a non-issue, and Psychic can just threaten Toxapex at any time in the game once it gets set up, unless it's specially defensive. But yeah, Volcarona is obviously very good, and Heavy Duty Boots allows it to come in on any hazards with no problem whatsoever. Scizor. Scizor, I'm running Choice Band on him, but I'm thinking about maybe using Swords Dance. But right now, I'm going to be using Choice Band with Technician, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Superpower, Knockoff. This is just standard set for now. Also, Dual Wing Beat is also going to be a thing I'm going to probably change between probably Superpower or Knockoff. But Bullet Punch and U-Turn are definitely the most important moves on this because it allows me to pivot and also just sweep entire teams like Fairy, Rock, and Ice really easily. And the Choice Band power is obviously a lot, so yeah. Scizor is definitely one of the more dangerous Pokemon as well. It doesn't really benefit that much from webs too much, but it still it still packs a punch against a majority of the types. And it's still one of the scariest Pokemon that I have to offer. Heracross. Heracross is going to be my choice Scarfer. With Close Combat, Mega Horn, Stone Edge, and Knockoff. Stone Edge allows us to have a chance versus Fire, and Knockoff versus Psychic. Well, not really Psychic, but like Ghost. And Moxie allows us to actually get one kill and then just go bananas on like the rest of them. So that way, people just have to be careful about giving Heracross a kill. I would use Guts, but I feel like Moxie is just a little bit better on Bug because the snowball potential is just really important, especially since you don't want to switch around a lot with Bug. So I feel like getting that Moxie snowball going definitely helps Bug a lot with sweeping certain types. So I think Moxie is a little bit better right now, but that's just my opinion. Uh, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Heracross. Max EVs and speed and attack to maximize its offensive coverage. Yeah, pretty standard stuff, but it is highly effective at what it does. Also helps me deal with dark types, which is pretty important because we would be suffering against them without this guy. Next up we got Araquanid. Araquanid is a more interesting mon. So I took this set specifically from like another user. I forget what his name is, but you know who you are. I think he's on the sample team forum, but essentially, Araquanid uses Wakan Berry to deal with Raichu Alola and other electric types, and uses Mirror Coat to essentially revenge kill them. Liquidation and Leech Life are your stabs, and Toxic is used to deal with incoming switch-ins, like Incineroar, or Grimmsnarl, stuff like that. People that just like set up on you otherwise, and you can just like wear them down slowly with Toxic. So very, very nice set. Max special defense, max HP allows you to wall as many special attackers as possible, because that's essentially what Araquanid is supposed to accomplish, just wall, punish special attackers. And it's becoming even more relevant now because of the amount of a lot of special attackers and stuff. And Water Bubble is more useful now because of the amount of fire going around in the generation. So yeah, Araquanid very, very good at what it does. Next up we have Galvantula. Galvantula is going to be another heavy duty boots user. Usually it runs Focus Sash, but I'm going to be running heavy duty boots on it because I feel like one of Galvantula's problems on Bug is that you always see this thing just like get like absolutely wrecked by rocks or like other hazards when it's like a really key important Pokemon in certain matchups like flying and water. So I've decided to like completely forego this issue and just use heavy duty boots on it because it still packs a punch even without an offensive item. So, and it also gets to run Bug Buzz now because it doesn't have HP Ice, so this allows it to actually have some usefulness and can actually attack a few substitute users as well. But besides those niche uses, Galvantula still does its normal thing, which is like help a lot with the flying and water MUs. Just a strong special attacker. Well, not super strong, but it's an okay special attacker, and basically allows you to stun flying types with a Thunder Wave that's perfectly accurate. And yeah, Galvantula is just a really big threat, and basically secondary speed control for all intents and purposes. But yeah, Galvantula definitely one of the most important Pokemon on my team right now. Could be replaced by a couple of other things, but I feel like this Pokemon in particular is going to help me a lot on the ladder because water is very common, and having something to deal with water is going to help out a lot. But yeah, that'll be it for my team, so without further ado, we will get on to the matches. Does that. It's just you can't trust low ladder players. You're gonna hear me say that a lot during this video series too, by the way, because like you really just can't trust them. You cannot trust low ladder players to do what you expect them to do. You have to go for the most asinine plays. Alright, this allows us to go into Bob, as he is named. I'm gonna name the rest of these Pokemon too, probably, but Bob is just Bob. We're going to click Liquidation because it's basically free against anything that comes in. Chandelure doesn't take a lot of damage, obviously, but Flamethrower is going to do nothing now that Sun is gone. And I can't get burned, so that's also really good. Unfortunately, we took quite a bit of chip damage, which is not something I'm particularly happy about, but If he does defog with Rotom here, yep, we're in low ladder. I think I'm gonna get parried by that Thunder. Oh no, that's even worse. Okay, so this shouldn't be too bad. We definitely take a Thunder here. But I am not comfortable with this at all. Not at all. Psychic does not KO. I already knew that. Probably para. Probably para. No para. Expert. We're gonna fish for special attack raise. Because he's probably gonna put it in Incineroar. So I just want to be prepared for that. Alright, didn't put in Incineroar for whatever reason. Don't know why. Alright, he puts in Arcanine. Arcanine should be extreme speeding here. So yeah, extreme speed. Very predictable. He's also LO. That helps me a lot. Alright, he CCs. Perfect. Let's see. Who do I go into? Actually, you know, I think I can just sack here because now I know he doesn't have hazard removal. So I'll just sack Shuckle here. And he doesn't do anything to Heracross, so I can just kind of click Stone Edge, yeah. Just pray that I don't miss a Stone Edge. I'm probably going to miss one, though. He's not. That's interesting. He's not heavy-duty boots on his Volcarona. Alright, if I miss twice, that's going to be kind of AIDS, but I think Araquanid can still save me. If I missed, okay, I missed twice. That's AIDS. I still outspeed at +1, so let me just try and hit another one. Okay, all right, and I think I lose now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lose. That is incredibly annoying. Yeah, I missed 3 Stone Edges in a row, and that's gonna cost me the game. Yeah, can't win now. Yep, that's Pokemon. That is Pokemon. Sometimes you just can't win even if you play properly. That's just the nature of this game, and you just gotta deal with it, man. Let's see. Marowak comes in first thing. I'm thinking... I didn't even talk about the Ghost matchup. Ghost is definitely just a lot of Heracross. Scizor action for sure. You have to make sure that Marowak dies immediately though, because this thing just takes him on every single time it comes in, especially since you'll be setting hazards first, because Poltegeist is also a huge problem. Even with Bob, it's not going to be easy to deal with this thing. Alright, so he uses Poltergeist. That does... Oh, I should have knocked off first. I don't know why I didn't do that. Yeah, that's stupid of me. I should have knocked off first. For sure. Yeah, that was a misplay. Yeah, I should have knocked off. Because that would have heavily crippled Marowak's usefulness. Alright, well, whatever. We got rocks up. We don't have webs, which is bad because we want Dragapult to get slowed down, but we can still make this work. We can still make this work. Just got to be careful with how we use Scizor. Scizor, excuse me. I'm thinking probably use Galvantula, even though... Nah, I think Galvantula might be fine here. We're gonna set Galvantula. He goes for the Focus Blast anyway. He turns out to be Black Sludge, which is kind of annoying. It's probably max speed, as all Gengars should be. Yeah, he's max speed. Gonna use Scarf knockoff here. Also start getting Moxie boosts up. So now I'm a little bit more scary. This is, and I think I talked about this during the team preview thing, that the reason why I have this is so I can make Heracross a little bit more scary. So chances are he's probably Scarf here, but I'm not sure if he's running that. If he is Scarf, it's not a huge problem if I lose Heracross here, because I still have Scizor and Volcarona to help me out, so I'm gonna risk it and assume he doesn't know I'm Scarf, or he's not Scarf. Alright, he's not Scarf. Beast. Also, I think I kill Aegislash at this range. if he doesn't King Shield. I'm still gonna do this regardless of whatever, because I just don't want him to do anything. Yeah, he Shadow Sneaks there, and Knockoff basically wins the rest of this game. So yeah. Yeah, that was pretty easy sweep with a Knockoff, and I think we'll do one more game before wrapping up this section of the video. Alright, we get versus fighting. So fighting can be a really easy or a really hard matchup, depending on your opponent. He doesn't have Terrakion, so that should help a little bit, but Shuckle just puts up webs, and Volcarona can just kind of start being really annoying afterwards. So just gotta put up webs. Oh, I should have definitely encored. That's a misplay. Let's see if he does it again. Yeah, he does it again. Very greedy. Shouldn't have done that. I'll go put out Galvantula. Oh wow, he's staying in. That's interesting. I'm gonna pray that I don't miss Thunder. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so Combo is gonna be coming in probably, because that thing walls Galvantula. Either that or Heracross. Okay, he puts in Machamp. Not what I expect at all. I'll just put in Shuckle. Alright, that's interesting. Yeah, he clicks Dynamic Punch. That doesn't do anything, as you'd expect. Because Shuckle is physically defensive, and he also got a crit up Stone Edge the first time, so not sure what he was expecting. Okay, so we know this thing has Stone Edge now, so we can't really put in a lot of things to deal with him. So this is actually going to be a little bit more tough than I thought. Okay, so I think what I'm going to try to do here is either Bullet Punch spam with Scizor, or I basically have to hit this thing really hard, because like